In this video, we will look at how Kaizer Chiefs were able to beat Orbit College by 4-1, specifically looking at the role of Mduduzi Shabalala in making Kaizer Chiefs tick. And I will say this, tactically, most of the things are still similar. It's just that the small things that the coaches have said they change, for example, making Mduduzi touch the ball or make a fewer touches, are actually working. But on top of that, he as a player is now realizing certain things like how to move, how to, drop and be helpful when the team is playing the ball. And we're going to look at that. So let's start here. So by now, you already know that when Kaizer Chiefs are building from the back, they will have this shape: 3 at the back, and then the 2 in midfield, which is Umthethwa, Nocele. And what's important, if it's not Umthethwa, it's going to be Ungcobo. And since Umthethwa or Ungcobo, Ucele or Ungcobo are more comfortable on the ball, they will be the one who are deeper so that they can support in the early stages of build-up. And what you also see is that in this shape, you have on the right-hand side giving with Umfundo Vilakazi. But it's not always the case. Sometimes these two, they rotate because obviously rotations, it's modern football. And then Umunyane will be in this area, which means Ukunika is covering for him. And then you'll have Igodaro occupying the central area, Mduduzi Shabalala on that left half space, and then Asanele Velepai on the white space. So this is Kaizer Chiefs progressing the ball as it goes forward. So what you also need to see is this constant rotation that I talked about of Umunyane. Now Umunyane is here on the half space and Umfundo is wide. But in some cases you see that as you look in this one, for example, now Umfundo Vilakazi is the one who's now in the right half space, and then Mduduzi Shabalala is also there. So basically both of these are playing as floating tens and creativity wise, but Umfundo Vilakazi's starting position is wide, and then he comes inside, and then he adds numbers centrally. And that means Chiefs always has 4 players in the middle. And it might look like, oh, these guys also have 4 players in the middle because you are counting the first one, the first, the second, the third, the fourth. But arrangement also matters because the way that they are arranged, they are going across. They are arranged in a lateral way. So, but it Chiefs bona the vertical setup. There's a straight line pass. There's a straight line pass, but there could be an angle pass also, because also if you look at this on its own is a triangle from Ucele to Mthethwa, from Ucele to Mduduzi. Mduduzi can always pass Umfundo, can always pass a ball back so that he can allow it to go forward. So it just gives them numerical advantage centrally, but it also allows Chiefs to also leave these guys who are out wide, in this case Uvelepai and Umunyane, who's somewhere here outside, to also have free space if they get the ball. Now, what's important here in this role is that you need to look at Umunyane Uguti. His runs are well timed. He's not always already waiting, but he's always like just making sure that the defender is honest, because if Umunyane had already run into the space, that means they don't have anything to defend. But since he's here, that means the defenders now have to be pulled out of their position, and there's this. And with this space, we've talked about it a lot of times. Since there's this space between the defenders, now there's this space that is created, which means even if the other defender was to move across to close the space here, he's now basically surrendered the other space behind him, because now the striker is now going to arrive into that space. If he comes across and tries to cover that space, there's still another player in Velepai who's also attacking. So they are basically overloading and overwhelming the team that they're playing against, which makes it very difficult to defend against, especially if you're going to insist on playing a back 4. That is why Chiefs struggled so much against Durban City, because Durban City just went to a back 5. And when you go with the back 5, you are basically ensuring that you don't get exposed out wide and there aren't as many gaps in your defensive line. So what you're waiting for now, we're going to look at Mduduzi Shabalala. So if you look here, this is Chiefs building out from the back. And look at where Mduduzi is. He's now dropped all the way. Angithi sazi ukuthi he's a 10, so he should be closer to the box. No, sometimes he drops and he's in these positions. And what this does as well, it also forces the line of the team that they are playing against to also push up a bit, because they feel comfortable. Oh, they are going up. Let's press up against them. But the moment you do that, you are surrendering space in your defensive lines. And you will see this. You will see Mduduzi Shabalala. He dropped. And since he had dropped, look at how high the line of Orbit College is. They've now pushed up all the way because they see that, okay, there is no problem. The point is for Chiefs to suck them up vele and make them come up. Because now you see the path that this guy now has, Uvele Pai. He can now just turn and pass the ball. But this is what the coaches are talking about. You see when Mduduzi gets the ball here, let me slow it down so that you can see. So what happens is he gets the ball. He touches it twice. In another perfect world, you would want a player to receive the ball on a half turn, already like their body is ready to turn, so that he just receives it on his left and he's gone. But here he receives and he's still turning with the ball because it's still too close. So it's small things like that that Kaza was talking about, that they are working on him to, touch the ball a bit less. Subscribe to the channel, by the way, if you're enjoying the video. So let's look at the goals. So this is Mduduzi Shabalala. He's obviously man-marked by the captain of Orbit. And he just, doesn't have to go to the ball. He stays there because he needs to leave the space wide open. But when he sees that the time is right now, it's time to move because the pass to Mteto is now on. This is where now he starts making his run away from the person who's marking him. Now he's sprinting towards the box. Look at what he does, though, that I like. So when Ighodaro shoots, look at what Mduduzi does. He does not just keep on running, but he stops. You see, slows down. He stops. And then now he can score the ball. He doesn't continue running forward because he knows if there is a rebound, it's going to come back to him. So the ability to now read the game like that, those are the things that I'm talking about, that they have improved a lot about him. But on top of that, look at him when Chiefs scored the first goal. There he is on the left half space. If you fast forward, you see that now he's still on the left. The person who's supposed to be marking him, who was man marking him, is just central. So he doesn't seem like he's an immediate threat because there is Ighodaro there who is the immediate threat, and the person who's on the Polo Munyane is likely going to cross to Ighodaro. But it doesn't. So this is when Mduduzi sprints towards the box, and now that's when he arrives, and then he shoots, and then he scores his goal. It's not the only example, because if you look at this ball as well, Chiefs now are winning the ball, and he finds himself free. And what it takes here is awareness for him to stop at this moment and not pass the ball to Silva, because that would be the easy thing. But instead, what he does is not to try and play Silva on. Rather, he turns and then he releases the pass to Mfundo Vilakazi, who ends up scoring the goal. Now, if we look at this other one, you have Uvele Pai, right? Uvele Pai manje. Vele Pai uses his both feet. It's ampi pedal. I thought it was, it's ampi pedal. He just situ ikabe in Zulu. Subscribe to the channel if I haven't said. So he receives the ball. And if you watch the previous game, obviously we have watched Uvele Pai before, he uses the left foot, he uses the right foot with same power. It doesn't matter really. He uses them with same power. So what he does then is that he's able to take the ball with his right foot, and then you think that, oh, he's going to cut in, because that's what modern wingers do, right? They cut in. But no, he's actually taking the ball down the line because he wants to cross the ball. Same thing here. You will see that when he receives the ball in this area, obviously they're expecting him to, cut in. But what does he do? He takes the ball and then he slows down a bit and then he accelerates, because they thought he was about to cut in, and then he goes forward and then they foul him. And then you also see it for this chance here, that he receives the ball on his left foot. But look at how he controls the ball. He's not controlling it the way that left-footed players will control the ball, which is try to get the ball down the line. But instead, he controls it with his right foot. You see, so that the defender might think he might want to cut in, but he doesn't want to do that. He wants to take it down to his left foot so that he can cross, and then Munyane misses that chance. So what is it that Chiefs are trying to do now? Duduzi Shabalala is getting much more involved in games, but secondarily, since they have Uvelepai, he's now a person, since Ukros does not overlap because he stays and becomes part of a back three, that allows Chiefs to now be in a position whereby they are going to have a person who's going to play crosses into the box for the striker who is stuffed. How did you guys see the game? Let me know down in the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you on the next one. Subscribe.